Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Be sure to subscribe if you're also a nail fanatic like me. Every time I redo my polygel nails, I'm going to do a tutorial, so let's go ahead and get started. Here's some materials we're going to need for today. Of course, your cuticle tool, your brush. You're also going to need just any file. Of course, your LED light. I use nail forms. This is what I prefer. Also the Modelones base coat and top coat. You're going to need your slip solution and my little glass container. I'm also going to use the Modelones 280, which is this cute light pink color that goes with everything. Now these materials I didn't really end up using, but of course I love their paintbrush and some glitter nail polish. I'm going to use their rhinestone glue, as well as a variety of rhinestones and pearls. Haven't decided what I wanted to use yet at that moment. And I'm going to try nail stencils. You'll see how I use those, or my cuticle oil. Using all these products, I'm going to have them listed down below. So let's start with pushing back your cuticles. After you do your cuticles, make sure you do a quick trim. After that, do a quick file. And we'll move on to applying the layer of base coat. After you apply, make sure you cure for 60 seconds. Next, we're going to apply the nail form. Again, this is my preferred way of the forms that I use. Make sure that you place the form underneath your tips of your nails. Even if you pinch and push up like I'm doing right there, then you apply the polygel that you want. In this case, I'm doing 280, a very light pinky, which I think is good for all skin tones. Here you're going to use your slip solution to pat down your polygel. Pat it down towards your cuticle so it lines your cuticle area. That's going to cause excess to go to the sides, and that's when you drag out that excess to start shaping your nail. In my case, it's going to be an almond shape, and I'm going to take the side of that brush and carve out my nail and drag the excess out so it starts making the shape. Again, you do not want the polygel on your skin. That's only going to cause it to rise up, and then the nail is going to pop off not too many days later. So again, continue to use that slip solution, carve around your cuticles, and make sure no polygel is on your skin. Here I'm happy with the shape. I'm just doing my finishing touches and smoothing out the polygel, and I will cure my nails for 60 seconds. I'm going to repeat the steps onto the next finger, again using my nail form. Make sure that you place it right underneath the tip of that nail, secure it. And a tip for you is when I pinch there at the tip, I push up so that the nail form wraps around my entire under the nail of my finger so that polygel can sit on something and dry. So do a pea size. I'll use my brush and slip solution. I pat down the polygel towards my cuticles. Pat, 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 make sure it goes towards the back. The excess I will drag towards the tip of the form to start forming that shape. Dragging it along the way just like that. So it's off the skin, and you can tell that that almond shape is starting to form. I use that slip solution to make sure everything is smooth, and I continue to work around my cuticle and brush any excess along the edge off of my skin. And again, you're not trying to make it perfect, you're just creating that shape because we're going to cut and file later, but you just want that shape so that you can play around with it. But make sure that none is on your skin. All right, we'll continue on to the other fingers, placing the form, making sure that the form is underneath all of your nails. Do a pea size, use that slip solution, pat down to your cuticles, and drag out to form the shape. Making sure you carve out the sides of your fingers, making sure no polygel is on your skin, and you'll see there that the shape is forming. Again, guys, don't be obligated to make anything perfect. We're just making the shape. Slip solution is your friend, so the more you use it, the better. We'll move on to the next finger with the same method. Patting that poly gel towards your cuticle. Guys, I've been doing this for about 1.5 years. It's gonna take time to perfect, so it's really trial and error. The more you practice, the better your technique will develop. So be patient and try your best, making sure that this poly gel is not on your skin, and cure for 2 minutes. After the nails are cured, this is when we're going to start taking off our nail forms. Again, my method is pushing down on one side to release that, then go to the other side of your nail and press down, and then you could pull off the entire nail form from the middle of your finger, just like that. So again, working on each side, popping them off and then pulling them off. And I'll just repeat that for the rest of my nails. After they're all off, I also take my slip solution and make the undernails smooth because sometimes it's still wet. And this is when we take our nail clippers, cut to start shaping your nail even more. Again, I'm going for an almond shape, so I'm cutting on the sides. Again, this part doesn't have to be perfect because we're actually going to perfect it with filing. So just get the shape even closer and you will file away. Make sure each side is even and smooth, and you're going to create a lot of nail shavings. So make sure you pick those off. You don't want it in your next step of the top coat. And you see that I've made a huge mess here on my mat. I like to use a mat on my table so that it captures all this mess and any stickiness, polygel, and whatnot. So I'm going to clean my workstation. Be right back. Okay, workstation is clean and nails are nice and filed, so I'm ready for the next step of top coat. Give your nails a quick top coat. I literally love this step because it just finishes off your nails, makes them nice and shiny and polished. Make sure you don't forget to put top coat underneath your nails. And I cure for a minute. Here's the fun part. I get to use my stencils and show you which ones I put on. So I'll have this product linked below. This little tool came with the nail kit, so it really helps with precise techniques. Pick up the nail stencil, I pat it down because it already adheres to the top coat, and then I just move on to my next finger. It's such an easy way to do a custom nail design without having to paint or dry. You just put it on, pat it on, and move on to the next finger. Aren't they cute? Here, I'm going to take some rhinestone glue and also that dotting tool. I decided to use the pearls, so I'll put some on my mat. I also wanted to use some rhinestones, also place it on my mat, just to give it some bedazzle. So take some glue onto your dotting tool, and this is when you can place it wherever you want, your rhinestones or pearls or whatever design you want, anywhere on your nail. So I start placing my pearls and rhinestones. I'm comfortable with using my fingers. And again, just place your pearls and rhinestones wherever you want. It just gives it a really girly, feminine look with the stencils. Be creative, and do what you want to do so that it looks how you want it to look. Practice, this is a good way to do it. I loved how my thumbs turned out, and cure for 1 minute. Voila, this is the product. I love it. And let's put a top coat on and cure one last time for 1 minute. All right, we're gonna start on the other hand. First step is to push back your cuticles, give your nails a trim, and file them smooth. Then we're gonna start with the base coat. Do a brush over with your base coat, then cure your nails for 1 minute. Now we're gonna do the nail forms, making sure that you place the nail forms underneath the tips of your fingers. Do a pea size of product onto your nails, slip solution, and pat towards your cuticles. Make sure it's closest as possible but not on your skin, using the excess where you patted to drag out to form your shape. Again, no polygel on your skin. You start with another finger, do the same procedures. And here I do all of my nails and then I cure them all together for 2 minutes. Here, we'll be removing the nail forms. Again, my method is to push down on each side and then take the whole form off my finger. Here's the finished product, voila. I do cure it for 1 more minute to make sure that it's nice and dry. Here, I'm gonna compare nails. Here, I can get a chance to cut them to match as best as I can to the other fingers. Again, you don't have to be perfect. We're gonna file. And then I wanna cure my nails for 1 more minute after I apply my top coat. And this is where I have some fun with the stencils. You can do whatever design you want. I like to match my other nail, but again, be creative. Do what makes you feel good. So I put the stencil down, pat it down. Now I'll do my pearls and rhinestones using that rhinestone glue. Can I match it to the other hand? You don't have to do exactly, because actually I didn't. So just be creative, have fun. And after you do your top coat and cure, I put on my cuticle oil. Now I use it more than just for my cuticles. I actually put it all over my hands because this one in particular smells so good and it's so nourishing. I'll link this product down below. And guys, you are done. Voila. This is the finished product. I love it so much. It's so girly. Let me know what you think. Will you try it? And I will bring you along on my next tutorial. Bye, guys.